Hello everyone, I'm Max McAllister, checking my mic again, just to make sure everything's happening properly. Welcome back to my series on how to build an epic outdoor FireRock fireplace and Waterwall water feature in your own backyard. All right, when we last left off, we were in our backyard and we began cutting all of the stone bench and cap features for our entire project. So they call these things, there's different names for them, but these are basically 2.5 to 3.5 inch thick stones that come in 2 foot wide and 5 foot long lengths. They actually have variations of them that come in 1 by 5 and 2 by 1, and they call them like stair stones, or there's different names the stone yards will call them. But you can go through, and although it is painful, you can hand select the stones that you're going to use for your project. They're not too wild about it, and you're not going to be too wild about it either, because each one of these stones is 300 plus pounds. And so you're not really going to just rifle through them like you're, sifting through 2x4s at Home Depot trying to find the nicest 2x4s for your shelf project. It's not going to be like that. The stones are basically cut from the same lots. They're going to have the same color and shading and patterning. So as long as you get some in the same general genre, you're going to be good to go. Now what you see me doing here is, the stones are so big and so heavy that they're unwieldy. I can't even take them out of my freaking truck. These are huge stones. They're loaded into my truck with a fork truck. A man's not going to lift them. 2 men's not going to lift them. 4 men are going to struggle to lift 1 stone. So by cutting them down to size for my project, 2 men can lift them out of my truck and get them onto my project. Now, this is a 14-inch gas-powered stone saw that I rented from Home Depot. This is one of the muckiest, worst, nastiest days of the job, because this saw is just slinging masonry slurry all over me, my feet, shoes, legs, filling my boots. It's a horrid mess. This is brain-busting loud. The neighbors are probably ready to shoot me, like there's guns aimed at me from directions I don't even know. If you could take the loudest, most powerful chainsaw you've ever heard in your life, pull the throttle open and hold it wide open from dawn to dusk, that's what this was. Totally insane. Horrible noise trying to cut through these stones. You can supply water to it through a little hose thing they do, but it just dribbles on it like a little piss. It's nothing. You need a second human throwing water on that wheel in order to do the job. You'll rent this thing, it's $100 a day or whatever, but you got to buy a stone wheel. It's another $100, which you'll destroy while you're doing this project. So here's kind of some images of trying to cut through and cut through the stones. This is for the benches and the tops. Now, this is actually one of the first times you actually get to sense some beauty and some completion in the project, because now you can see we have seated surfaces. We have the surfaces for our wood boxes, our little mantles all along the way for our project. So we get some gratification out of this horrible day's work. So it's starting to look like a project, right? It's starting to have some sense of shape and completion to it. Fitting these pieces takes time, care, and attention, obviously. Even to do like little pieces, which we know in the future we're going to need little slivers and things. When you cut the stones, they don't have a finished look to them. So you're going to see videos on this, but you're going to take stone hammers. You're going to just sit and pound away on the edges of these stones, pound on them. Like a stone like this size, 5 feet, you're going to pound on it for 30 minutes. You're going to chip the edge to give it a natural hammered appearance. Like, you don't want a straight cut stone edge because it looks stupid. It doesn't even look, it looks like some machine made it. It doesn't look like a beautiful man-made stone project. So these details, see how all these stones are chipped and hammered and broken away? All that is done by hand, and that's hard, time-consuming, loud, intense work that has to be done in order to make your project look nice. Here's a quick look at how I core filled the top corners of the fireplace, so you can see that, and make sure you scrape away any residual mud inside of the fireplaces. All right, this is me and my stepson placing the capstone on the water feature. So, I don't have all the photos that it took to do this. This is very tricky because this is the heaviest stone, believe it or not, of the whole project. Even though it's only a foot wide, this was the longest stone, and we had to get it up the highest height. So we started by putting it on the bench, and then we just toggled slowly up various heights until we balanced it across here, and then we put it on the ladder, then we balanced it, and we balanced, and we just kept going up, toggling the stone upwards until we reached a terminal height where we were able to both get up and both put a foot onto two stones, lift the stone, and place it up on top of the water wall. So here we're trying to square it. So we're going for absolute dead precision of equal overlap on the ends, the sides, and squaring the stone. And so we have to pass the tape measure back and forth 50 times to make sure that everything is exactly perfect. All right, so what I'm showing you here is on the fireplace, I'm building standoffs so that I can put a capstone on the fireplace as well. So what we're looking for is a capstone that will keep rain from pouring into the fireplace, watering the wood, wetting all the ashes down, making a big mucky mess and pouring out the front of the fireplace, and yet leaving a nice gap for smoke to exit from the fireplace. And that's probably a good place to stop on this segment. We'll come back, and it looks like we're going to get back and doing some more improvements on the fireplace. So I'm Max. Don't forget to like these videos, share with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel.